We have ThorZaIN. We have July. We have a Mouse versus an ST, a Terran versus a Zerg. I am Squiggles, and thank you for joining me for another cast. This one is going to be on Tal'Darim Altars, and this is going to be game 2 in the series between ThorZaIN and July, played for DreamHack, and game 1 was an absolute doozy. So if you guys have not seen that yet, check that out on my channel. Like I said, this is game number 2, and you can see right off the bat that these guys are going to be spawning in cross positions. That means they're going to have the entire map to battle over, and it's going to be absolutely crazy. You can see there are 4 Xel'Naga watchtowers here, guarded by some shrubbery-looking stuff. And these are going to be pretty important for everyone to have in order to see what kind of troop movement is going on, since it gives this huge area of vision. Looks like this Overlord is going to be going in not quite the correct direction, but you know what? It's good to spread your Overlords anyway, so not going to be that big of a deal, as July is using his Overlords quite well to spread. And it looks like ThorZaIN going to be walling off at this little tiny choke right here. Some people like putting the choke here because then you can take your natural really fast, but it's actually safe. And this is a little secret I'll tell you guys. It's actually safer to do both. What? What do you say? I'll tell you. Yeah. So you make a wall here, and then when you expand, you make another wall here. And then if there's any kind of baneling bust, they have like 2 walls to get through in order to get into your main, and it's just so much harder for them to do anything. That's right. I do that sometimes, and it works really, really well, especially against these crafty Zergs that do all kinds of stuffs. Now, it looks like July, because he knows this is Tal'Darim, and he knows that it's going to be a very, very big map, one of the bigger maps in the map pool. He's going to go ahead and go for a hatchery first, which I do like. Then going to be getting gas, it looks like, and then going to be getting his spawning pool. So he's going to be getting, assuming he puts guys in gas right when it finishes, he'll have enough gas right about the time that the spawning pool finishes to go ahead and get that speed. And he's getting a very economic opening because he has his hatchery out first. So very, very nicely done by July. Now, ThorZaIN, what is he doing right now? Looks like he is completing the wall right here, getting a couple of Marines. That's good. Nice scouting, and also just start getting your forces up for any kind of early pressure or early defense that you may need. Marines are just good all throughout the game, so it's really not a bad idea ever to just be making Marines. Now, ThorZaIN has completed his orbital, does have 1 gas at this point, and it looks like there is a factory going down at about 20 supply. And ThorZaIN is a bit ahead in supply right now at 20 over 17. If we look at the Army tab, we can see that worker supply-wise, they're actually the same. ThorZaIN taking a slight lead, and then July is saying, oh, well, if you're going to talk about supply, then I'll just make a whole bunch of drones. So, the power of the Zerg larva. But it looks like ThorZaIN has scouted July now, so he knows exactly where July is, and July is going to be like, I don't care, I got speed going, buddy. So what you going to do? Looks like he is taking guys off of gas, so not going to see any kind of roaches, not going to see any kind of early tech, just going to be focusing mainly on getting out those queens. Has 2 queens on the way, speed on the way, and a lot of drones on the way as well. And July building just a few Zerglings, looks like 4. And I think 4 is a pretty good number. Now he's going to need more because he sees this little push coming out. But 4 is a good number because you can just take a lot of the Xel'Naga watchtowers, maybe park one guy outside right here or like right here, so you can see what your opponent's doing. And it looks like ThorZaIN just going to poke out with these Marines and go ahead and run right back. And July does not look like he took the bait at all. I mean, I'm looking at the army supplies, and July really doesn't have any army right now. He is way ahead in supply, courtesy of Larva. But it doesn't look like he really fell for the trick. And I like the trick that ThorZaIN did, where he just pushed out with a few units and said, okay, look, I'm attacking. You got to build units and defend. And July was like, I don't believe you're attacking. And so he just didn't build the units, and it turned out that he was right. And this poor Zergling is juking and jiving and trying to get away, but he does not get away, and he does fall to the hands of the SCV and his 3 Marine friends. Looks like ThorZaIN has a reactor now on his barracks, getting Marines out 2 by 2, as well as a factory with a reactor, so he's going to be getting out a few Hellions as well. I like it. Adding on another command center as well and getting that orbital right now. So he is looking to expand fairly quickly. We see a spine crawler going down for July because it's never actually a bad idea to get 1 spine crawler, I think, and this position pretty good to deal with any kind of early harass, especially if there's like a little Marine push. Spine crawlers are so good. They just take so much damage to actually kill, and they deal an amazing amount of damage as well. You can see July here has 1 queen, 2 queens, looks like 3 queens are out right now, and that is going to help a lot because having that additional queen is great for spreading larvae. It's also good for doing what he's doing right now, which is like trying to block off part of that ramp and he can still get any kind of larva injects off. There we go. Oh, there we go. Oh, entire body contracting with that explosion of I don't know, breakfast. I guess that's what breakfast looks like for the queen. Kind of disgusting, but whatever. Evolution Chamber going down for July, and I like his positioning right here, using it to kind of wall off a little bit. You see this more and more with Zergs nowadays, that they're going to be walling off with little buildings, and it looks like, if I'm looking on the mini-map, ThorZaIN has moved out. He has taken his expansion down here, and he is moving out with a lot of stuff. He has some Hellions. He has a dropship coming out, as well as a good amount of Marines. More Hellions as well, up to 5 Hellions now. My goodness. And getting a Banshee as well in the background, so this is going to be a pretty cool attack that's going to have multiple facets to it. You can see now he has dropped a whole bunch of Marines on the high ground, as well as these Hellions are going to be providing some support from the low ground as well, so they cannot actually be targeting. You can see Marines and Hellions from the low ground doing a good job of defending. And these, oh man, just the Zerg units getting absolutely roasted. Oh, ho, ho. The medevac does go down, and that is going to be pretty bad for ThorZaIN. But, I mean, his damage is already kind of done, and now he's just kind of chilling with his units and denying mining with all of these workers, denying mining all these mineral patches. Now, it looks like a whole bunch of Zerglings and a couple of queens going to come in. One queen going to go down, 2 queens going to go down, and now it's up to the workers to fend it off, and workers versus Hellions and Marines. Not the best. Looks like there was a Hellion who ran all the way around here because he wanted to be part of the action. But he finally does get taken down. Let's take a look at what everybody lost there. Looks like ThorZaIN killed 12 drones and also killed quite a few units, up to 56 total. That's a lot of Zerglings. And only lost 18 units himself, mainly going to be Marines too, with a few Hellions thrown in there and a medevac. And now there's a Banshee. Does not look like he is even attempting to get cloaked. Just wanted to get a Banshee. Look at this, forcing the Overseer, so the Banshee's already pretty much worth it just because of that. Sniping a queen, and now he is going to be sniping several drones if he can, or putting pressure on the extractor. But and also forcing that Spore Crawler going down here. Is there another Spore Crawler in the main? Does not look like it, but mutas are out, and he also has a Baneling Nest as well. So it looks like this Banshee going to be flying away. 5 kills, not bad at all. So again, let's check out where everybody is now. Looks like ThorZaIN ahead by about 7 workers right now. Very, very nicely done. And has his 3rd command center already done. Army supplies ahead as well. So ThorZaIN absolutely destroying this game, doing a great little push there and getting a lot of damage done, both military and economic. So nicely done there. But here's July, and this is his response. He has 6 mutas out now, and he's going to be flying around and seeing what he can do with these mutas. Oh no, don't want to lose that tank. That'd be terrible. And now the muta is going to be flying in here, and oh, these turrets are way too late. Looks like ThorZaIN going to be trying to, oh, he has Marines, so he may force, yep, looks like he's going to force these mutas to run away, but not before. Like, this muta has 4 kills already. My goodness, and that one has 2. So very, very nicely done by the mutas. Let's go ahead and see what he did. Look at this. July coming back and being like, I can do harass too, and goes ahead and kills 11 workers. My goodness, did he get a 12th? I'm not even sure. Nope. 11 is going to be the lucky number, so 11 SCVs going down. Banshee just doing some scouting, going to go ahead and fly back around. July supply box right now. Their supplies are almost dead even, 75 over 76 right now. It looks like ThorZaIN going to be going into some very standard tank marine play off of this. He does have siege mode done right now. Does not have stim or combat shields, and I do not see them even started. Just now starting stim and combat shields at the same time. Adding on an additional factory as well as getting an armory right now and going to take his 3rd. So we're going to have to see if ThorZaIN can hold that. Now it looks like July taking his 3rd at about the same time. So nice job by ThorZaIN keeping up with Zerg in expansions. Here comes the mutas to see if they can slow down this expansion at all. And we're going to have to see. There are a few Marines coming over as well as a medevac and a couple of SCVs to throw down some missile turrets. So we're going to have to see. Oh no, that SCV just instantly got sniped. But there are Marines here now, so I don't think these mutas are going to be able to do too much. And we do have a few missile turrets back here. But there's a lot of buildings right here, and it looks like, oh, going to stop the armory from finishing. Nicely done there. The turrets here are good at defending the mineral line, but actually because all these buildings are back here, they're still a little bit vulnerable to harass from back here. And this is exactly what you want to do with harass anyways. You just want to, try to poke where you can and get some damage done. And yep. Okay, so looks like that harass has successfully been thwarted. There are missile turrets up now and a planetary at the third. Still a handful of Marines as well to defend and dropping some mules. Always good stuff. Now we look over here, we can see that this Banshee going back to work. And I swear I hear a Marine shooting too, but apparently not. And the Banshee going to clean up that Queen and now going to go to work on these drones. And how is July going to react? I'm expecting to see, yep, here comes Mutas, but they're a ways off. And this Banshee up to 13 kills now, 14 kills. Can he get a 15th one? No, it's going to be 14. He was one shot on a drone, but the drone is going to live. Luckiest drone ever. So I mean, ThorZaIN doing a great job. Look at workers killed, 24 workers over 15. ThorZaIN in the lead there, as well as units killed. So ThorZaIN doing absolutely phenomenally well. If we look at the army tabs right now, as we look at these mutas flying all over the place, and July doing a good job of keeping his mutas actually split up, so he can attack multiple areas at the same time. Looks like he could be going ahead and going for a bigger attack now, as he does have banelings with speed rolling out. Tons of mutas going to be linking up and taking a fourth. But you can see worker supplies, July pulling ahead. Army supplies, ThorZaIN still in the lead. And I mean, both these players playing pretty well right now, so it's going to be totally up to, what are these banelings doing? They're kind of all by themselves, and I'm a little bit, oh, hey, look, Burrow's done. And that can be absolutely scary if ThorZaIN does not see that. That's a lot of burrowed banelings, and they could do an absolute ton of damage. Great way for July to kind of delay any kind of push that could come out and take care of this hatchery that he has going down right now. Now, he does have a very, very mobile army right now. If we take a look at the units, you can see he has 19 mutas and 12 banelings, and that's about it. 81 drones. 81 drones, my goodness, versus 69 SCVs. Few mules, though, so that's good. There is a Thor out, so, I mean, July going to have to be careful of that Thor, because, I mean, mutas like this, clumped up. If a Thor gets a couple volleys off, that is absolutely deadly. And what is ThorZaIN doing now? Looks like ThorZaIN is going to be doing a little bit of a droppy drop over here and just going to be sniping off some overlords that are not protected. Nicely done there. Not going to supply block them, but is going to take out a few overlords. Always good. And ooh, can he get the Spire? This would be absolutely huge. You can see that ThorZaIN is, or July rather, is running back with all of his units, but I don't think he's going to get it in time. Gets it before the upgrade finishes, as well as just killing off the building is absolutely awesome. So now July, who was able to get 5 more mutas started before it went down, is going to have to rebuild the Spire, and the Spire takes forever. Also getting a hive. Oh, July, getting a hive. Taking another base as well. Good old Zerg style here. Looks like ThorZaIN going to be expanding as well, though. And, oh, here it goes. What's going to happen? Oh, great scan is going to take all those out. Looks like a couple of Marines maybe died. One got injured. But that could have been so much worse. So, money scan from ThorZaIN, and now look at July going to be counterattacking again with a lot of mutas. He knows that the Terran is moving out. He knows it, that's right, that the Terran is moving out, and he's going to be doing his best to make him fall back. You can see that the Terran is falling back now. Yep, ThorZaIN knows he needs to. A couple of Marines stimming, and not enough Marines, though, so they're going to absolutely slaughter. Here comes the mass repair on the missile turret. Is he going to be able to keep it alive? Oh, he's doing a lot of damage to it. Ugh. But the missile turret doing a great job of just stalling just long enough for these Marines to run back and be able to defend. I mean, if you take a look at the workers lost tab, you can see that July was able to kill a couple more units, but not that much more. And oh, look at this. Oh my goodness, looks like July just doing a great job with these mutas. And July and mutas, man, they're just a scary combination. Look at all of these kills he is getting. That is absolutely phenomenal. And now he's just going to go away, run away, hopefully not even lose any of these. And it doesn't look like he will, doing some damage to a supply depot as well, because why not? Oh, picking off a couple of Marines that are all by themselves and now going to be running away. Phenomenal play by July. And you can see here, I mean, I'm just going to keep on going back and looking at the tabs, that July has now taken the lead. He has killed, he's still killing more, my goodness. So he is up to 37 worker kills. ThorZaIN is holding down at 24. So very, very harass-oriented play from both these players. They're just doing a very, very good job of being annoying and doing damage. And look at this. Wow, July says, I don't really want to defend this hatchery. So, Queen, it's going to be up to you and your 6 spine crawler buddies to put up a defense here, because it is kind of far away. And July actually expanding toward his opponent, but whatever. Now, it looks like a few Zerglings coming out, as well as, ooh, a Greater Spire. And if the Greater Spire finishes and they get some Broodlords out, this could be pretty scary for ThorZaIN, because he does not have ghosts or anything like that. And Thor is not so good against Broodlords. Marines are really good, but tanks are absolutely worthless. They're actually worse than worthless, because if they're siege, they will actually just kill all the Marines with Splash, and that's just totally detrimental. So we have ThorZaIN going to be moving down here around this way, and we have July going to be looping up around this way. So going to be doing a little bit of counterattacking / base trading / whatever. Here comes the attack. Planetary Fortress getting surrounded. SCVs come off to repair, and Planetary going to be doing a lot of damage. Look at that, getting kills like 10, 12, or 2, 4 at a time. Looks like Planetary is going to go down. Oh, great poke by July, and going to run away. Only lost Zerglings really in that attack. Absolutely phenomenal. And now it looks like ThorZaIN is in a great spot now. We have some Infestors out, as well as a lot of, well, we have dead Infestors now, as well as a lot of Zerglings who are also dead, and Banelings. And now it looks like these Marines are going to be coming here and absolutely wrecking havoc. Thors, I've heard, are pretty good at attacking buildings because they just, well, their weapons are just absolutely phenomenal for taking out buildings. And so ThorZaIN retaliating by taking out this base up here, and now ThorZaIN with a big group of Marines that have stemmed and do not have any kind of help from any kind of medevacs, because all the medevacs are right here. Are gonna, oh, goodness gracious. Huge volleys going down on these overlords who are apparently on hold position. Just going to be absolutely destroying those. And now ThorZaIN attacking in all a bunch of different places. Oh, here comes Banelings. A nice split by ThorZaIN. Does lose a few, but not all of them. And look at that. Look at that. Holding down with still quite a few Marines left over there. And now July with Zergling, Baneling, and Muta, which is pretty standard. 32 more Zerglings on the way, adding on an additional hatchery. And you can see that ThorZaIN getting some ghosts out now, 4 at a time now, as well as the Mobius Reactor and personal cloaking. So he is going to have his ninjas out fairly quickly, and they are going to be totally upgraded, and that is going to be pretty freaking sweet. Excuse me. Upgrade-wise, you can see that there are 2 attack, 2 defense, or 2 armor rather, for ThorZaIN's Marines, and siege tanks as well have +1 attack. For July, we have +2 melee done, as well as, if I can click on a Muta, +1 air. So ThorZaIN is going to be ahead in the upgrades. And look at this, ThorZaIN killing the expansion up here, killing this expansion as well. May lose some stuff, and the Zergling is able to get a nice round. So even if these Marines hold down, which it looks like they absolutely are, and oh wow, each Marine gets their own personal medevac here. But it looks like the Marines may actually fall, and if those Marines fall, then all of these siege tanks are going to be vulnerable, as well as these medevacs. So he's going to have to run and try to get some Marines or something. Looks like there is 1 Marine here. That's not going to be much help. But it looks like this small group of Marines moving over here could actually take out this expansion as well. And that means July, and this one wasn't saturated or anything anyway, but it looks like July is going to be literally on, well, let's see, this base mined out, this base about mined out, so he's going to be on 1 base mining, and it is not even close to saturated. So July really hurting as far as economy goes, and ThorZaIN meanwhile has 1 base going, 2 bases going, 3 bases going, and I guess this one's, nah, I don't even count that. So ThorZaIN way up as far as bases mining, and you can see supply-wise as well, 167 supply versus 114 for July. So July is absolutely hurting terribly, and ThorZaIN has just been so good about being all over the map this game and just attacking all over the place and defending very well as well. July has done an absolutely phenomenal job with his mutas, but so far it has not been enough. So we're going to have to see. Look at this. So many ghosts in this army. Are you kidding me? It's like 10 ghosts. This is like a total tier 3 Zerg killer army right here. You got a few siege tanks, few Marines, and so many ghosts that you can snipe any kind of Broodlords or Infestors or Ultralisks or whatever, man. You can absolutely kill everything with this. I mean, you can snipe mutas as well. So you got to be really careful when attacking into this. July does. Look at this, nice little spread as well, so that's pretty scary. And actually, if ThorZaIN kills this, then July will really have like no bases mining. You can see he's actually long distance mining right now from this base. So, and July trying to delay ThorZaIN by going ahead and, ooh, wow, killing 4 ghosts. That's actually quite good. But I mean, I just don't know if he can. You can see ThorZaIN is going to be dropping over here as well. Baneling is going to come try to clean this up, and they do indeed clean that up. But the real threat is here. We have siege tanks, Thors, Marines, and ghosts. Where'd the ghost go? There's the ghost. Look at this. It's like a platoon of ghosts just chilling. They have like full energy too. And oh, look at that. The Thor eating up most of the Baneling shots. The tank tanking the rest of them. And that is absolutely awesome because, I mean, those Banelings, while they are amazing and almost overpowered versus infantry, they are not really good at all against tanks and Thors. So here comes ThorZaIN, going to be pushing in, and it looks like July is not going to be able to stop this from going down. All of the spine crawlers are down as well. Now he's trying to do some shenanigans over here with his mutas and get some good. Look at this personal cloaking, and there's the snipes going down. And July is going to GG out ThorZaIN, just refusing to let July keep a base, and takes this one in deciding faction as well. So that means they are tied up 1-1, and I will be casting Game 3 really, really soon. My goodness, what a phenomenal series between these two players. I really enjoyed casting these. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Leave comments as always, and I will see you guys later.